Hey everybody, Dave here from Yardelm Music, bringing you a tutorial on tone development for saxophone. Now for starters, what you want to do is you get about 6 months to a year into your playing is you want to develop control over your embouchure muscles, all the muscles in your jaw and in your chin. And a great way to do that is to maintain a flat chin position, so as you curl your lower lip over your teeth, your chin should look like that. And you want to play and maintain control over that. Now once you get control over that, and let's say you can play for about a minute straight or play 2 full pages in a row, and you've got to be disciplined and maintain that chin position, that will be the foundation for what comes next. Now to test yourself to do that, what you can do is you want to do what are called long tones, where you can take any note, but a good note to start with is high B, and you just hold that note out and it should be perfectly steady. Now I want you to know that one was a little wavy, but as it progressed, it steadied out. And you can hold it perfectly steady then, and then you do that with, you can do it with all the notes on the horn, but I would recommend doing it with at least 8 notes a day. 4 notes in the low range, 4 notes in the high range. Those are the extremes of the horn, and they're the hardest to control. But like, so let's say you do your low G. So you can hold it perfectly steady. And you'll notice a connection occur between your listening and your focus on your tone and on your embouchure, your control over the sound. As that connection occurs, the deeper that connection occurs with your sound, you'll notice the deeper it occurs with your muscles. And as your playing progresses, and you're playing fast, and you're playing medium, and you're playing slow, you want to dedicate time in your practicing to thinking about that long tone sound, because that long tone sound is going to be your best sound. You're not going to be reading notes, you're not going to be keeping time, you're just going to be thinking sound and airflow. So then, like, let's say you take a scale, you want to bring that long tone sound into your playing. So you want to go slow, listen to your tone, listen to that long tone sound come into your playing. And the more stuff you have memorized, the more you have different ways of approaching it. You see how that allows you to phrase and your ideas strong and very musically. So that's like the beginning concept. And if you're a player of say 2 or 3 years, I'm sure you've already gotten yourself into that and you're aware of that. Now for the advanced players, I cannot recommend what I'm about to tell you enough. This is a very important concept, and with the teachers that I studied with, no one ever taught it to me. And as I started to progress, I kind of started to figure it out on my own. What I noticed was a connection between my throat and my tuning. It seemed like as I was playing, if my mind was concentrating on my throat was very open, and my tongue seemed to be in a certain position, and the air was flowing in a certain way. If I experienced any fluctuation within those muscles in that area, I felt a change in my tone quality and my tuning. And then somebody recommended a book to me by David Liebman. Okay, David Liebman, Developing a Personal Saxophone Sound. This guy is a very experienced player. He's a New York studio musician. He's got his own bands in New York City. You know the line, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. That's true. New York is the best, most experienced music scene in the world. Get this book. It's a great book. He goes into depth and into detail on the position of the throat, the tongue, your whole entire physical aspect of playing and how you connect with your tone. I cannot stress this enough, players. This is the pinnacle of your tone development. If you listen to Joshua Redman, listen to a player like Joshua Redman. His tone his tone and his tuning is so connected to his playing and how he's listening. I mean, he doesn't even think. You can tell it's all on an amazing subconscious level, how his tuning is so with whatever's going on around him. Because he's what you call a virtuoso player. He has mastered every aspect of the saxophone. And there's players out there like, you know, Dr. Nick Zulik and all the professors he studied with. They're all into this too. It's a very, very important concept. So as you get it, and say you practice for an hour straight, the more immersed you get into your tone, the more you're going to become aware of your tongue position, how it needs to be arched, and your throat needs to be open. But again, get the book. You know, I'm going to keep this tutorial short so that you can get the book, read it for yourself. Developing a Personal Saxophone Sound by David Liebman, and you're going to be able to develop a tone and tuning control that's on a level that you're looking for. So then you can start to really get into cool stuff, you know? Or like a major sound, you know, a major seventh chord study type sound. See, and as your tuning develops and as your tone develops, you're going to become locked in on your tonal center. You're going to hear how all your notes are centered within whatever key you're in, and you're going to be aware of how your tone and your embouchure and your throat is all working together. It all comes together and it all works as one. As you get more and more into your playing, you're going to develop it further and further and further. But I can't stress it enough. It's very important. You need to have that to really get into the advanced ideas of saxophone tone, because saxophone is a very unique instrument. It's a combination of a woodwind with the woodwind reed, brass instrument with the brass body, and flute. Adolph Sax designed it this way, and he discovered the clarinet mouthpiece by accident. But this is why saxophone allows for a very individualized and personal tone. Listen to Stan Getz, John Coltrane, Charlie Parker, everyone in between. Paul Desmond is another one who had a very unique tone, all the way on up to Kenny G. Kenny G has one of the most unique tones of all time. I mean, you hear Kenny G, you know it's him. And saxophone allows for this, so you really want to have this concept under your belt, in your bag of tricks, ready to go for you wherever, whenever you're ready to play, all right? Excellent people, I hope this video was of really good help for you. And again, thanks for taking the time to watch. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you thought it was worthwhile. Have a great day.